Hi everyone, welcome back to Planet J Tarot. Today is a special reading because we are going to look at what do they want to ask you? What do they want to know about you? What are they curious about when it comes to you? For a lot of you guys, this is going to be a romantic partner you're asking about, so we're going to keep it there. This is a romantic partner that has a lot that they want to ask you. Now, let's see what that is. What is it that they want to know? Thank you for being here. I'm excited to do this reading, getting back to some sort of freestyle here. I'm gonna flip them all over. You'll see me do something like this, 1, 2, 3, and on 3 I'll lift my hands up, and then I will just kind of go into their voice, and I'll be speaking to you their words from my mouth, okay? I want to know what you fight for. I want to know your beliefs. I want to know what things you couldn't care less about and what things you would always fight for. I want to know what types of people you're interested in. I want to know how your logical mind works. I want to understand how you're always so fair, how you're always so kind. I want to understand how you remain balanced, what keeps you balanced. I also want to know who your friends are. Who do you trust? What are the things that you're honest about no matter what? Do you see a compatibility between us? Do you think we would make good friends? Do you think we would make more than that? Do you trust me? Are you honest with me? Is there anything that you wish you could be more honest with me about? I want to know how you never seem to get sick, or how you always know what to do to make someone feel better when they are sick. I want to know how you're able to nurse so many people back to health, how you're able to overcome all of these weaknesses, and how you always come off so strong. How do you do that? I also want to know, you're so great, and I just don't understand how you're so perfect. But it's like you don't care about it. You don't care about how you look to others, and I want to know why. How do you do this? How do you know when it's best to put yourself first and when to put others first? I feel like you have this balance between you that I could only hope to be able to embody, and I could ask you so many questions about how you remain so chivalrous, how you know what no longer serves you, how you know where to plant your seeds. I want to understand how you're able to make me believe anything. It's like anything you say, I would trust you. Anything you do, I believe in. And I feel like you have this balance to you where you're able to get people to see a different perspective without being pushy. But there's also this energy to you where you're so tempting, and I'm so in awe. I don't understand how you can make people drop their jaws yet remain so humble. And I want to know what in your life made you believe that maybe you're not the luckiest person, but that hard work is how you get shit done. I just feel like you have this ambition to you, this energy to you, unlike anybody I've ever met. You're not entitled. You don't expect anything from anyone. You don't think that anything will be handed to you. In fact, you try to get everything for yourself, and I guess I just want to know why. How? What happened? How did you get to be so strong? Upon getting to know you, though, I feel like there's a part of you that maybe doesn't believe in love, doesn't have faith in relationships. And I want to understand that. I want to understand why. I want to understand if you're hesitant towards me or towards everyone. Sometimes I want to ask you this because I feel like you have so much love for people as a whole, but when I try to get close to you, I have all these questions that I feel like I've never gotten answered. I'm curious to understand how it's like you have this energy to you where you are peaceful, but you also are able to tear shit down when you need to, and I want to understand where that came from. You have this regenerative spirit to you that I could only hope to embody. I want to understand who has helped you grow the most and who has hurt your progress, because I can tell, and it's like I get angry when I think about the people that must have hurt you, the people that must have treated you like an option or took you for granted, and I want to know who they are so I can do something about it. But also just to show you that other people want to hear you too, other people want to know you too. I want to understand how you were able to go through so much, but find it in yourself to remain passionate, to love yourself, to be whole. When did you find out you were whole? When did you get this confidence? Were you always like that? How did you get there? I feel like you have this unconditional love for yourself, and because of that, you're able to love others so much more than maybe I can. But I'm also curious because sometimes I see you working so hard and putting so much effort into things that aren't worth your time, and I want to know what it is that goes through your mind that causes you to self-sabotage. It's like you have this balance, but sometimes I watch you spiral, and I wish I could shake you out of it, but it's almost like no one could, because you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of everyone. You're persistent. I want to understand how you can embody someone who isn't perfect but comes off perfect and is always working on it, but seems like they have it all together at the same time. You're constantly rebuilding, you're constantly learning, and you have this ability to get people to kind of share their deepest, darkest secrets without even lifting a finger. How is everything you do? How does it seem so effortless? I'm in awe. I want to understand how you take such good photos, how you can find the beauty in everything. I want to understand if you miss me too. I want to know if you miss me. I want to know if you think about the time we've spent together as well. I also want to know if you're open to making new memories with me. I look at your photos. I wonder if you even think about me too. I wonder if you've written off dating altogether. If you see a possibility with us, if you see a friendship, if you see anything. I feel like I can't get a read on you. I can't tell if you want something more, if you plan on anything, or if this is just it. I want to know if you're dating anybody else, if you're thinking about getting back out there. Are you single? It's just, there's just this energy to you where you're so open, but I still can't read you. I just want to know everything. I feel like there's some things that maybe you've wanted to say to me, maybe I wasn't open to hearing them, maybe you didn't trust me enough, but I want to know if you could tell me them now, if you could find it in yourself to give me another chance to hear you, to see you. I want to know if you see something more between us, or if you've written that off completely. I want to know if you understand how important you were to me, how much love I have for you. I want you to know that you were the best thing in my life, and I don't even want to ask you if I was that to you, because I almost put you on a pedestal. I think you're amazing. I do want to know if you'd be open to catching up, if you would answer if I called. Because sometimes I feel like I'm not sure if you're ready to let this go, or if this is just how you are. Okay. So those were the questions. Really cute, really great, actually. But this next part is for those who are 100% looking at this as a romantic relationship, okay? This is what this person wants to ask you. If you guys are in a romantic relationship, this is what they want to know. They want to know if you could only take 5 things with you to a deserted island, what would they be? Every survival kit should include a sense of humor, anonymous. So this person really likes your sense of humor. They want to know if you find them funny. But they also are the type of person that would just want to ask you random questions just to hear your voice. And they also want to know, if you could open your own restaurant, what would it be? They want to know what your favorite food is. They want to cook you a meal. They want to take you out. If more of us valued food and cheer and song above hoarded gold, it would be a merrier world. JRRT. So this person believes in old time love. I feel like they are the type of person who I just feel like they would like to go back in time with you. There's this energy of them wanting to go back in time. What else do they want to know? What do you remember about your first day of school each year? Did you have a special lunchbox or a backpack? Who was your favorite teacher? Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Or the lighting of a fire. William Butler Yeats. So this person wants to know about your childhood. Okay, they want to know how school was for you. They want to know if you were bullied. They want to know if you had a lot of friends, if you were an introvert, if you were social, if you were the class clown, if you were the bully, whatever. They want to know all about that. They also want to know, what was a time in your life when you had to be brave? In what ways do you see courage in me? So they want to know if you see them as someone as ambitious as you. They want to know if you see them as brave. They want to know if there's anything about them that you feel proud about when you think of them. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord, your God, will be with you wherever you go. Joshua. So they might also want to know if you are religious, or, if you have any mantras, any sayings that you go by, anything that you believe in. They want to know if you're spiritual or, whatever. Yeah, okay. Next. What was your ideal way to socialize with friends? How do you feel about entertaining in your home? So this person would want to know what your home life would look like in a perfect world. Like, would you show people where you lived, or would you be more private? Would you live on a beach, or would you live in a cabin? Would you want to travel the world and never settle down, or do you see yourself owning property? Do you want to rent? Do you want to buy? They want to know all of that. A friend is one of the nicest things you can have, and one of the best things that you can be. Douglas P. So this person also wants to know about your friends. They want to know if you have close friends, if you have a best friend, who you trust. Because I think in asking these questions, they want to see more about a future with you. Okay, what else? Ooh, we got a special one. Do you thrive more on variety and change, or do you prefer stability and routine? In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Proverbs. So again, they might want to know, how do you view things in the long term here? They want to know if you're someone they can count on as well, or if you're more impulsive. Because there's an energy to them where it's like they would want someone that could match them. And so that's why they're curious about this. Okay. What else? What are some ways we could reach out and connect with our neighbors? Okay, so this is for those of you who maybe are already in a relationship. You don't have to be. And if you're not already in a relationship, this person is curious to see more about. There's something about this person sees you as someone very polite and someone who does well, who works well with others. So they would like to see you in a position like that. Maybe like if you guys have only hung out in like together or something like that, they'd like to see how you treat waiters. They'd like to see how you communicate with like customer service, like all of that. They would like to see you in different areas, if that makes sense. The whole law can be summed up in this one command: love your neighbor as yourself. So this person also sees you as very compassionate and very kind, and they also wonder if you see that in them too. If you could spend 3 days alone at home, unplugged from the phone, TV, and computer, how would you spend your time? So this person wants to know what you do for fun. They want to know if you have hobbies. They want to know what your favorite movies are. They want to know if they were to knock on your door at 3 a.m., if you'd be home or if you'd be out. They want to know if you were to take a week off from work, what would you do? You know what I mean? So similar to wanting to know what your priorities are, maybe what stresses you out, but also how they could add to your life in a positive, fun way. Make it your ambition to lead a quiet life. You should work with your hands so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders. So this person also wants to know if you care what people think. Yeah. Okay. What else? How would you describe your spiritual life right now? He who began a good work in you will carry it on to competition until the day of Christ Jesus. And to completion. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm literally reading this like from the side, kind of upside down. So just read it, okay? Just read it. But this person, similar to what I said earlier, they want to know what you believe in. They want to know, they also want to know if you take advice from others, if you are the type that is able to listen when they bring up a problem. They're curious to know who has helped shape you into the person you are, who you take advice from, and also who you don't respect. Name 3 character traits you admire the most about me. So this person is also curious to see if you're interested in them, because I feel like they have like 1,000 things that they like about you, and they might feel like they're not sure what you see in them. It also says here, reputation is what men and women think of us. Character is what God and angels know of us. Thomas Paine. So this person also, similar to what I said, they want to know if you care what other people think, or if you value what people in your personal life care about you or think about you, because there's an element to this person that wants to make sure that they're not getting themselves involved with someone who's selfish. And I think that's why they're curious, and they want you to maybe tell them a little bit more about how you feel about them and what you like about them in a genuine way, because maybe they're used to superficial relationships or people that just use them. There's an element to this person that is trying to check all their boxes, if that makes sense. Check all their bases. Yeah. Okay. So what else do they want to ask you? So this is for a lot of these questions that I'm about to ask are going to be for those of you who are in a relationship with this person already or have been physically intimate with them. Okay. So, but if you haven't, ignore those. First question. What do you remember thinking to yourself the first time you saw me? So they want to know what your first impression of them was. What's one thing you missed the most about your father? They want to know about your relationship to your parents, especially if you are like, if you had a single mother, or if one of your parents wasn't around. They want to know about who you feel most connected to, who can you talk to, who do you trust more. They want to know more about that, because I think in knowing that, they feel like they could probably understand why you maybe come off the way you do. What single word would you choose to best describe our partnership? So they want to know how you would sum up this relationship, and if it aligns with the way that they would sum it up. How are we compatible? Again, they want to know. Basically, there's this energy to this person where it's like they feel like you guys might be exact opposites or complete opposites, and so they're curious, how does this work? They also said, if we as a couple had a theme song, what would it be? So they also want to know, like, what songs remind me of you or remind you of me. Almost like if we were to have a wedding, like what songs would you want on the track list? Is there anything you've longed to do with your life that you haven't? So they want to know what your dreams are. They see you as someone very ambitious, but there's also an energy here where they're curious to know if it's only ambitions and money or whatever it is that you've already accomplished, or if there's anything else that you might want. They also want to know what your daily routine looks like. What kind of things make you motivated to start the day. They want to know where you get your energy from, because they feel like you have a lot of it. They're also curious, less about like your dreams as in your goals, but more about what do you fantasize about? Like they want to know more about like your inner child. There's something about your energy that maybe comes off as like someone who's very like stern, or just has it all together, or maybe just doesn't let on to everything. And so they want to know more about like the softer sides of you, the dreamy side of you, because they feel like it's there. They see you as someone very not only just and fair and loving, but also maybe a bit creative. So they want to know a little bit more about that, where you get your inspiration from. What is your most vivid memory of the first time we were intimate? Again, so if any of you guys, have gone that far with this person, they want to know what you liked about it. I'm not getting that this person is insecure. I think that they just simply want to know how to make you feel good again, if that makes sense. They want to know if you liked it as much as they did as well. How did you learn about sex? There's this energy to it. Again, you might be very skilled, or you might just come off that way, but there's also a more softer energy to this question, as in they want to know what your first sexual experiences were like. They want to know if you're comfortable with your relationship and how it is. Also, they want to know if there's anything that they're doing that is making you uncomfortable, or anything like that. They want to clear all of that up. And then finally, what 3 things do we have in common? So this is similar to the asking about like what you liked about them, or what songs remind you of them. They kind of want to know like what are your favorite memories that you guys have had together thus far, to see if you guys are on the same page. But in addition to that, they'd also like to know more about what you see in them and why you stick around, if that makes sense. So we're gonna end this off with a love sonnet from Shakespeare. I'm gonna read one to you. Pick a random page. We got 55.
Not marble, nor the gilded monuments of princes shall outlive this powerful rhyme, but you shall shine more bright in these contents than unswept stone, besmeared with sluttish time. When wasteful wars shall statutes overturn, and broils root out the work of masonry, nor Mars his sword, nor war's quick fires shall burn the living record of your memory. Against death and all oblivious enmity shall you pace forth, your praise shall still find room even in the eyes of all posterity that wear this world out to the ending doom. So till the judgment that yourself arise, you live in this and dwell in lovers' eyes.
Interesting. So this person, they feel like you shine bright. They feel like you are someone that could move mountains, someone that could end wars just by your softness, someone who should be remembered, someone who should be praised, who should have everything that they ever wanted, someone that could put an end to all their pain. They feel like you are almost like when they met you, it was like love at first sight. They're really enamored by you. So with that being said, that's the end of this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, the next reading I'll be doing is going to be a timeless reading, which will be what do they want to say to you? So this is what they wanted to ask you, but now they have some things they want to tell you. So if you want to watch that, click the link in the description box below, and I'll see you next time.